Hello everyone. I wanted to go over the new features that we made for MyTERA. The first one's called TERALens. So TERALens was designed for anybody to take a photo, upload a photo, or put in a description and to do a health and safety analysis for you. So you can upload a photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload one here, this one of formalin, and see what it comes up with. Now, I wanted to make it easy because imagine a worker using this and the only thing that they may know is their location and what project they may be working on. Now you can create your own project under projects here and keep track of all these. But we initially just wanted to create this so that we can get some ideas what somebody might be exposed to. So say somebody's working with formalin on a weekly basis, like 15 to 60 minutes at a time, that will allow us to understand what's going on. Now you can put in more details and just say we can do it without details, so you can see what it's going to show you with the analysis. And so it's going through pulling information, and it's going to come up with assessment. So you can see here the overall risk is high. And then we built this to have it to where if you work for a company, you can improve this analysis. So imagine workers doing a toolbox talk in the morning or whatever it may be, and then they can just take photos or put in descriptions and they come up with it. So you can see here just putting in the photo, not anything else. It picked up that there is exposure to formaldehyde. It picked it off the actual picture. As you can see, I never typed anything in there. And so, it talks about inhalation or skin contact with formaldehyde and gives some more information here. And so you can see it gives some recommendations here and, gives some safety measures. And we also tied in the standards here as well. So we just wanted to make it easy for somebody to get started. And so you can also look at the equipment that has been recommended. Now, we can populate any equipment in our marketplace here. And we do that through our equipment links here. We can add equipment, and then we tie everything by keywords and that. So, and then this will also generate recommend compliance inspections. And so based on this, you can see HazCom came up. So if you want to do a hazard communication inspection, you can do that. So if you click on this, this is going to auto-populate based on the standard here. So you can see 1910, 1200, and what all has to be done. So this is all populating it. Now you can put in any notes and check if it's compliant or non-compliant, add photos, and go from there. And then you can add more photos here. And so this will get anybody started doing inspections and knowing what's going on. Now, if we go back to the analyses here, we have it to where, you can sort by location. You can see these are all just other examples I have here. You can sort by any of this. You can generate custom report for all the analyses. You're going to get a custom report here that you can print out. And this works like a risk register. And you can sort it by location and stuff like that. Quite a bit you can do with that. But we also have a dashboard, so you can see all the different analyses here. It's going to pick up task frequency, duration. It's going to sort the hazard by categories, so you can see what you have in the standard here, right? So it breaks all that down. Now, we designed it too to where, if we go back to the analysis history here, and you click on one, say you wanted to do a work permit, you can create a work permit. That way it automatically populates, what was picked up during the actual first health and safety analysis, and you can customize this to under our work plate template, or we can work with you to modify it to fit your needs as well. So there's ways to do it, and you can have it submit for approval. And those who are company admins can approve this if a user puts it in or however it may work. So there's a number of things that can be done here. Just wanted to show you this for example. Now we have it to where you can do a job hazard analysis as well. So if you want to create a new one, you can pull from, now there's ways to make, we use AI, so we can make AI smarter, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Now you can pull this from the existing analysis. So we just did the one on formaldehyde. So if I click on that, and you can see here it populated with what was here based on the health and safety analysis. Now you can get more detailed, and you can write another one and say working with formalin in a laboratory, and see what it comes up with. Just click generate. It uses AI to pull information, and you'll see this change here. So the first one, when I just pulled from the health and safety analysis, it was just picking up the chemical exposure for that step. But when you do a full one, it's going to pull more steps, so you can see that change. So now instead of one step, we have 5 steps here, right? So yeah, there's ways to do this, and so you can put whatever task you want to call it. You can put in the task description. Now this form is in line with OSHA, what the OSHA one looks like. You can add more hazards if it was missed, add more controls, and go from there. If you wanted to substitute it or replace, you can put in a different product that you want to use, whatever it may be, right? So it's very fluid, and you can add more here and add more details to it. And here I was gonna show you something here on the template. So we have the templates here to where we can make everything smarter. We can add a template here of anything. I'll just go back to one of these examples here. So I just put in this one here, cleaning with bleach. And so if I go to edit here, go ahead and close that one there. Cleaning with bleach. If I go to edit, it's going to come up, and this you can generate with AI as well. So this makes it smarter, and it pulls all this up. And what this does is it makes it smarter for the health and safety analysis here. So we do have to teach AI to make it smarter, but a lot of times it does a very good job on its own. And so that's where we can work with you to really define your task and make them better. But you can put this information in too and start populating all this. Now, AI itself is not smart enough. That's where we have another software, the IHGuardian for industrial hygiene exposures, and the ChemGuardian one that we assess chemicals. So we can do that to make it smarter, and I'll show you that here a little bit. But I wanted to show you this on the health and safety analysis as well. So we talked about creating permits, create JSAs. You can request expert help. So say one of your employees is out in the field and they're doing something, you can type in what type of respirator cartridges to use and request help. And if you're a company admin, it's going to come to your assistant request. So you can see this, what type of cartridge to use. You can see who it came from, and you can send a response back and view the full analysis and then work that way. So imagine all this coming into you, into your company, and having all this information that you never had before, because you're having a way for workers to communicate back with you. And it depends on your operation, but there's many ways to do it. Now, if you look at we have a couple of different dashboards. You can have one for job hazard, all the different types of job hazard analyses, and you can see them all here. You can have one for the permits that are created. You can create different projects, and then with a project, once you create one, you can add new analyses based on the ones that were just populated. So if you have like a certain location or sites and you want to track all that, or certain projects or jobs, you can track all that. So you can, you know, the permits can be tied to it as well. So there's a number of ways to do it. Compliance dashboard, so you can do the inspections, like I showed you one there, how you can do one, or start one. I didn't go through and do it, but you can see what the inspections look like as well. So the inspections can be tied to, you know, if you do a new inspection, you can, you know, do a search and you can type in. We have 1,000 different links in here, so let's put like respiratory protection, and you can see 1910.134 comes up. So if you want to do inspection for that, you can do that and then auto populate it, or you can pull it from the health and safety analysis you've done. So there's a couple ways to do it. So that's what those look like. We do have a way to record incidents as well, and you know, it's pretty basic, but we can add more information here too. Just get feedback from companies and what they want to see. We have a My Training, so you can watch different training. You can manage your training. You can add any link you want and create quizzes, so that's all tied together. And then we have a marketplace for all the equipment. But say you have certain equipment that you already have or buy, or you go through certain suppliers, we can add all that as well. So it's a very you know, well-rounded program covering the major sections of environmental health and safety that you want. And then we do have a industrial hygiene module as well. So we can track all this. So the TERALens, the AI, you know, provides some good information, but we make it smarter with what we have going on with the health or the industrial hygiene program. So industrial hygiene program, you can track, you can do look at all different health hazards. We have it to where you can take any substance, noise, or anything, and say you are, you know, maybe you don't know this information, but say you want to know what the typical range is for compressors, and it's going to give you 85 to 100 decibels. So you saw that was auto-populated, and then this information is here. We're still working on this one here, but you can see once this one's saved, you can see they go into a library for you with all this information. So if you look here, you can have all the different exposure limits. You can go in and edit that. We can put a severity and likelihood to it, and then you know, track all this information, right? So different sampling methods and whatever it may be, all the different monitoring that's needed. That's how we tie everything together. And you also can do a qualitative assessment to where you can do a new assessment, and when you do that, you can add from the library of what you already have, and then you can add that, and then it's starting to go through, and it's doing, you have a risk matrix here that can be modified. So we don't have a risk matrix in the TERALens itself. We use, we look at high impact or low impact, and just overall rating. Now, if somebody wants a risk matrix, we can add it in there. We use it because we're trying to understand what the health hazards are doing, and I'll show you the chemical one here in a little bit, but we have all this in the IH one. We can do medical surveillance, we have medical questionnaires, we can populate all that, we can track all the sampling equipment. You know, it's all tied together, and we have it to where we can track employee exposures as well based on the task. So if we have one that's already created, we can track the time. We track the time, then employees will have their own report with their own exposure history, detailed task history. So we've tied a lot together. The chemical one I wanted to show you here. So We have a safety data sheet library. You can upload any safety data sheet, whether it be a chemical, and then it's going to do a risk assessment for you. So if I look at a report here for formalin, you can see this graded it. If I go to the full assessment, we're using AI to grade it. So we upload a safety data sheet, and based on the health hazard severity that we've assigned to it, you can grade it and have some idea of the risk of the chemical and what it's doing. And ultimately, we get these, the inherent properties of the chemical, the health severity and the exposure potential, and then you can see that rating here. And then that ties into the IHGuardian to track, when we do a qualitative assessment. So like this one here, you can see, this one didn't populate, but we're working on to populate all this and update all this, and this is all connected then from the chemical module to the IH1, because IH1 we want to track how the chemical is being used. So a lot of good things going on. Our main feature is for EH&S, the TERALens. We wanted to make something easy for anybody to use. If somebody wants more information on the health side, we have the IHGuardian, and on the chemical side, the Guardian here. So you can track all the health hazards, and then chemicals, we can track all of them as well. So with that, I'd like to thank you for attention. And please let us know if you have any questions. We can pretty well take any form and embed it into our system. So if you have a certain layout for like a job hazard analysis, we can do that. Or if you have different procedures, we can talk about that as well. All right. Thank you for your time. Take care.